In the grand palace of the fairy kingdom, the air shimmered with golden dust, and the sweet fragrance of moonflowers drifted in from the royal gardens. Tonight was no ordinary night, it was the most anticipated event of the year, the Royal Fashion Gala. Every fairy in the kingdom had gathered in the crystal-lit ballroom, their wings glimmering like rainbow glass, eager to witness the unveiling of the queen's new ceremonial gown. But what no one knew, except for a few trusted friends, was that this gown had been designed by none other than Rusha, a humble fairy seamstress from the outskirts of the kingdom. Rusha had always dreamed of creating dresses worthy of royalty, but she never imagined that her work would one day grace the queen herself. Weeks earlier, the queen's chief tailor had fallen ill, and the palace had secretly sought someone talented enough to finish the gown. Rusha had been brought in quietly, her heart pounding as she entered the royal workroom. Night after night, she had worked under the soft glow of enchanted lamps, stitching with threads spun from moonlight and weaving patterns of tiny silver stars into the flowing fabric. Each piece of embroidery seemed to hold its own little universe, twinkling as if alive. Now, as the grand bells chimed, the queen stepped gracefully onto the palace stage wearing the gown. The hall fell silent, then gasped as the light struck the dress. Every star-like stitch seemed to come alive, sparkling as though the night sky had draped itself over her shoulders. The queen's smile was gentle but filled with pride, and she turned to face the crowd. "My dear fairies," she said, her voice echoing through the hall like a sweet melody, "this gown is not just a work of beauty, it is a work of heart. And that heart belongs to someone very special." At that moment, the queen beckoned Rusha forward. Rusha's legs trembled as she walked to the stage, her wings fluttering nervously. Laila and Sona, her closest friends, cheered loudly from the crowd, their hands clapping with such joy that others joined in until the entire ballroom thundered with applause. The queen took a golden crown, delicately adorned with tiny sewing needles and crystal threads, and placed it gently on Rusha's head. "From this day forward," the queen declared, "you shall be the royal fashion designer of the fairy kingdom." Rusha's eyes filled with tears. She thought of the countless nights she had spent sewing by candlelight in her small cottage, of the times she doubted her dreams could ever come true. Now, those dreams had bloomed into a reality more magical than she could have imagined. The music swelled, and the ballroom erupted into celebration. Fairies danced in swirling ribbons of light, and the queen twirled once more, letting the gown's sparkling stars cast glimmers across the marble floor. Laila and Sona rushed to hug Rusha, their laughter ringing like bells. And somewhere deep inside, Rusha knew that this was only the beginning of